welcome to the channel. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't done so already. So, Microsoft has decided to put the next Call of Duty iteration on Game Pass, which makes sense because they bought Activision Blizzard for $70 billion. That is a lot of hunk of change. But the main reason why they went after Activision, it's not only just for Call of Duty, but it's also to widen their growth on mobile games. I think that's something that they really want to capitalize on because King makes a shit ton of money when it comes to mobile games, and King is owned by Activision and Blizzard, so it makes sense for them financially to go after this mobile market because in certain countries, mobile games are huge. So they're really trying to capitalize on that mobile market because everybody has phones. So it was a no-brainer for them to make this kind of move. But unfortunately, it has some repercussions where they had to shut down four studios, Alpha Game Studios, and I think, going off of the top of my head, Alpha, and then they shut down, I think, actually the big one is Tango Games, as well as the Austin studio as well too, that made game like Redfall. Was it Redfall? Yeah, Redfall. And Dishonored, Prey. I cannot think of the studio right now. Give me 1 second. Let me look up the studio. Arcane Austin. That's right. Yeah. Anyway, following reports from internal debates at Microsoft over whether the next Call of Duty entry should be part of Xbox Game Pass at launch following the firm's acquisition of Activision. A new article from Wall Street Journal claims that it has now settled on going forward with plans to bundle the FPS and the subscription service straight away. So it makes sense because we all know, we read the articles that the growth of Game Pass has stopped. And this is another way for them to revitalize the Game Pass and increase their subscribers. So this move makes sense financial wise. I mean, you can have a short term where you can decide to sell it for $70, and people that will buy it, and people that won't buy it, will not buy it. So for me, I usually try to skip a year or so when it comes to Call of Duty. I didn't buy the last one, Modern Warfare 3, because of all the reviews, and I'm just like, you know what, it's not that I wanted to finish the story, but they just kind of like botched it halfway through the ending, so I decided to just not buy it. Now the fact that Call of Duty Black Ops 6 is going to be on Game Pass, I'm all for it. I will play it. Besides, it costs me nothing. Well, not really nothing, but I do have my Game Pass Ultimate subscription, so I will be playing Call of Duty Black Ops. So this is a huge win for everybody that has Game Pass, especially if you're into Call of Duty. You no longer have to burn $70. You can just buy the game on subscription and then use that $70 to buy skins or any of those other modifications, that you want to purchase in-game. So you can spend your money that way. Microsoft plans on a major shakeup for its video game sales strategy by releasing the coming installment of Call of Duty to its subscription service instead of long-term lucrative approach of only selling it a la carte. The all-new entry is rumored to be part of Black Ops sub-series, and the game, which will also release for PS5, PS4, is expected to be revealed next month, directly after Xbox Games Showcase on June 9th, 2024. Previously, it was reported Microsoft was internally weighing up the cost of putting the franchise on Xbox Game Pass, which makes sense. Call of Duty generates about $2 billion or so a year. So even if they decided to just sell the game outright for the next 20 years, then they'll make their money back. But if you put it on Game Pass, increase the amount of subscribers, people will, if anything, they'll try it. And if they like it, then they'll just invest more time in it. Especially if you spend like a lot of money on buying cosmetics and all that stuff, so you have other options. So the fact that it's going to be on Ultimate, but it's also going to be on the PC as well too. And the one thing I love about Microsoft or Xbox's ecosystem is if the game is on Game Pass, all your save files actually continue. So let's say that I'm playing on my Xbox or on the cloud, wherever I'm playing the game, I can boot it up anywhere and continue right where I left off when it comes to the story or anything like that. So that is one thing that I love about the ecosystem. Now, is this going to affect their bottom line short term? Sure, but in the long term, I think that it would be beneficial for them to put as much games as possible on Game Pass so they can be able to capitalize on that, subscription model. Because if there's no value in the subscription, who the fuck is gonna want to subscribe into Game Pass? Even for Game Pass for PC. So to me, it's a win because I have Game Pass and I wanted it. But people that are on PS5 are gonna get the one. They're either gonna get it on PS5 or they're gonna get it on PC anyways. Will it sells more on PS5 and PC anyways? But it's still walking away from a lot of revenue. If true, it's hard to get accurate Game Pass subscription data. We'll likely not even know if it was a success. It's a huge gamble. It is a huge gamble. And a lot of the content creators that I watch talking about this, Microsoft going third party, that is a very likely future with everything they're doing. They're testing the water, seeing how their games fare on other consoles like the Switch, PS5, and so on and so forth. So if their games are doing incredibly well, it makes no sense for them to keep making exclusive for Xbox. You might as well just go multi-platform and sell your games to as many consoles as possible. I mean, we see the same thing that's happening to Square Enix, where they're no longer going to be making exclusive game for the PlayStation like Final Fantasy, etc. They're going to be making multi-platform games because they found out the hard way when they lost a ton of money by just producing those Final Fantasy games exclusively only on PlayStation. So anyway, you guys let me know what your thoughts are. I'm all for it because I have Game Pass. I have all three consoles, so to me, Microsoft going, like maybe multi-platform or, getting out of the console business and just, being a third-party developer, it doesn't matter to me. Nintendo's not going anywhere. As always, like and subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.